drinking problems, strangling his own son, and even framing his own wife. How much darkness can we hide behind a laugh? Hi everyone. Today, we embark on a journey into the depths of the most controversial animated show in history. The Simpsons. How it started. The Simpsons wasn't always the big-time show we know today. No, it had its humble beginnings as a recurring segment on the Tracy Olman Show. Back then, it was just a small-time thing, you know. But hey, it got its groove on, gaining traction and sliding into seasons 2 and 3, becoming a regular feature. And oh boy, did things change. The animation quality went from, well, kinda basic to top-notch. And those characters, they went through some serious personality makeovers too. I mean, think about it. How did the creators see the potential in this wacky family and decide to spin them into something different? And the big question, how did they take a family that was, let's admit it, kinda problematic, and turn them into this sensation that ended up in homes all across the map? It's a real head-scratcher. The banished episodes and controversial jokes. In its whopping 30-year run, The Simpsons found itself smack in the middle of controversy more than once. One of the biggest storms hit with the Apu controversy, causing a wildfire of debates about racial stereotypes and representation. Now, Apu Nahasapeemapetilon, the cheerful Quickie Mart owner voiced by Hank Azaria, unwittingly became the eye of this cultural hurricane. Accusations flew about how his character perpetuated stereotypes about South Asians, from his accent to being penny-pinching and his job choice. This whole shebang triggered serious societal introspection and debate about how we see cultural identities. Then came along Hari Kondabolu's 2017 documentary, The Problem with Apu, which threw gasoline on the fire. It shone a bright, unflinching light on how Apu impacted South Asian actors and highlighted the broader implications of stereotyping cultural identities in media. Hank Azaria eventually bowed out of voicing Apu in 2020. That move signaled the show's recognition of the dire need for a more nuanced representation of diverse cultures in the media landscape. Certainly, The Simpsons had its fair share of episodes landing in hot water. Take Star Craving Dad, for example. This episode featuring Michael Jackson,
What'd you say your name was?
Michael Jackson.
became a massive talking point after the serious allegations against the pop legend regarding child sexual assault. When the 2019 documentary Leaving Neverland added fuel to the fire, The Simpsons swiftly pulled the episode from circulation. The show didn't want any association with Jackson's tarnished reputation. Then came the aftermath of the tragic 9/11 events, which had an unexpected impact on The Simpsons too. The city of New York versus Homer Simpson had a depiction of the Twin Towers. But after the real-life tragedy, their resemblance became a touchy subject. The episode was temporarily yanked from broadcasts. However, the controversy wasn't limited to full episodes. The Simpsons faced heat due to specific jokes and scenes that pushed the boundaries of acceptability. In Marge Gets a Job, the show featured a portrayal of Tourette's syndrome, which sparked controversy after public outcry about the joke being offensive. The original Tourette's syndrome plotline was substituted with a different storyline involving rabies in the episode. Similarly in Homer's Triple Bypass, when Homer grappled with expressing himself, Bart, attempting to assist Homer, goaded him into telling Lisa that she was adopted and that he didn't love her. This sensitive and provocative joke offended some audience members. Notably, the show grappled with other controversial episodes. Cape Fear received bans in Germany for its violent depictions. Blame It on Lisa faced criticism for its portrayal of Brazil and Rio de Janeiro, sparking protests against the episode's depiction. These tumultuous moments ushered The Simpsons into crucial discussions about societal norms, representation, and the evolving landscape of entertainment's responsibilities. George H.W. Bush and other enemies. During the 1992 recession, things got a bit spicy when President George H.W. Bush suggested that folks embrace the good old values of the Waltons over shows like The Simpsons, hinting that the latter's liberal-leaning vibes might have contributed to the economic slump. Now, in true Simpsons fashion, creator Matt Groening didn't let this slide. Bart Simpson, that sharp-tongued rascal, fired back with a witty retort. Hey, we're like the Waltons. We're praying for an end to the Depression, too. That sassy comeback showcased the show's knack for poking fun at societal issues, even though it had zilch to do with causing the recession. The series continued its humorous jabs at President Bush. In a later season, an animated version of Bush moved in across the street from The Simpsons. In 1996, The Simpsons aired the episode 2 Bad Neighbors, wherein George and Barbara Bush moved in across the street. The episode humorously parodied the Bushes as counterparts to the Wilsons from Dennis the Menace, The Simpsons beginnings and Tracy Olman disputes. Not everyone was throwing confetti at the Simpsons' success parade, especially not Tracy Olman herself. Despite hosting the show where the Simpsons got their start, Olman wasn't exactly smitten with the little yellow fellas. Ken Eston, one of the co-creators, highlighted Olman's initial reservations. But despite her reservations, Olman cracked a joke at the 1990 Emmy Awards, saying, "I breastfed those little devils," playfully staking her claim in the show's success. But behind the scenes, Olman decided to fire legal shots at 20th Century Fox, aiming to snag a piece of The Simpsons' profits. However, her pursuit hit a brick wall when the Supreme Court dismissed the case. Meanwhile, Matt Groening, the genius behind it all, was determined to sidestep such squabbles. During his interview for The Olman Show, he cleverly sketched out characters based on his own family, keeping his beloved life and hell characters for himself. Smart move, right? This strategy was his way of steering clear of potential conflicts that could have brewed up like the one with Olman. Witchcraft or pure coincidence? The Simpsons have seemingly predicted the future in ways that boggle the mind. Are they time travelers or just a bunch of folks with an uncanny knack for seeing what's to come? Donald Trump's presidency. Flashback to 2000. Bart Simpson, all grown up, casually mentions inheriting a country in financial shambles from President Trump. Yay, this was way before Trump even thought about the Oval Office. Faulty voting machines. Jump to 2008. Homer's desperate attempts to vote for Obama were hilariously thwarted by a wonky machine switching his vote to McCain. Spooky, considering the real-world suspicions about these machines. Siegfried and Roy tiger attack. In 1993, they joked about Siegfried and Roy being attacked by their own tiger. Fast forward to 2003, and life imitated art with Roy Horn's actual injury during a live performance. Freaky coincidence, right? Higgs boson equation. Homer Simpson scribbles an equation on a chalkboard in 1998, teasing the mass of the Higgs boson particle. It wasn't exact, but the resemblance to the actual concept discovered later. Theories. Remember that April Fool's Day episode back in 1993, so it's come to this. A Simpsons clip show where Homer emerged from a 7-week coma. Well, some fans didn't quite let that moment slip away. Instead, they delved into an eerie possibility that's been haunting die-hard Simpsons aficionados ever since. Picture this. What if everything post-coma is just a figment of Homer's imagination, spinning wild narratives as he lies in a vegetative state in a hospital bed? It's a trippy theory that suggests the entirety of the Simpsons universe is a hallucination conjured up by Homer's comatose mind. Creepy, right? Before that critical episode, plots tended to be more grounded, typical family affairs. But post-coma, we've got Homer gallivanting through outer space and Mr. Burns trying to capture the Loch Ness Monster. Then there's the whole business of the kids' ages. Fans speculate that Homer's mind, locked in the past, conjures up contemporary events, hence the unchanged ages of Bart, Lisa, and Maggie. Here's the kicker. Some theorists cling to a moment in Homer the Heretic where God tells Homer he'll die in 6 months. Coincidentally, this prediction matches the pre-coma period, further fueling the idea that the Simpsons' post-coma reality is a construct of Homer's subconscious. So what do you think?